Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing Kane's 4-month update already. I cannot believe it. I feel like I just had him. But I'm very excited that he is 4 months just because we are out of the newborn phase. We're out of the not knowing what you want most of the time phase. And now I feel like 4 months we like hit a turning point and I kind of know what he wants now all the time. And 2 kids is getting a lot easier. I'm learning to juggle both of them and everything that they need and all the places that we go, and life is definitely on the up and up. We did go to the doctors today, so I have all of his stats, and so we'll go through that too and some of his new milestones. Let's get started. So his weight is 15 pounds 2 ounces. So last time he was 13 pounds, so that's about 2 pounds he's gained. He's in the 42nd percentile, so that means he's bigger than 42% of children his age, as much as I comprehend it. His height is 2 feet 1.75 inches. So he's in the 75th percentile for his height. And his head circumference, I always get a chuckle out of this one because I feel like their heads always look big. But apparently his head's fine. It's 42.5 centimeters, which puts him in the 76th percentile. So he is very average for his age and gender. His BMI is 16.04, which puts him in the 21st percentile for body fat, I believe that is. So one of the things I brought up at his doctor's appointment was his head shape. Mila had the same head shape, and I go back and look at all her pictures at the same exact age, and she has the same head. So I don't know why I get so like stressed out about it. But it is more flat on the back and kind of 2 little bulges right here. He does tummy time probably 89% of the time. But he does sleep on his back when he goes to bed. So that's one thing, which I'm sure will be changing soon because he'll be rolling from back to belly soon. But she said it was fine. She said he's gonna learn to sit up soon, and it'll grow in shape and be just fine. So I don't need to worry about that anymore. I'm gonna put that worry away because I always get so worried because I feel like he's gonna have short hair when he's older and the head shape, and you just want everything to be perfect, you know? Just a mom thing, I guess. Also, we talked about him eating food. She said I could start now, but she would recommend waiting till he sits up more on his own. I'm not going to start now, so don't get crazy. I think I did cereal one time with Mila at 4.5 months, 4.5 months. And I felt so guilty because then I was reading about cereal and it's like all these things. And so I'm sure, and then we did the baby-led weaning with Mila right after that. So I'm sure with Kane, I'll do no cereal, I don't think, but maybe 5.5 months when he's sitting up. He's getting really, really strong sitting up. Not that he can almost sit up, but he can balance a little bit more. Like if I put him on a boppy, he can sit in the middle, for the most part, sitting kind of up. But I don't think he's ready yet for food. I think he's going to love food though once he starts eating, because he always watches when I eat or anybody around us is eating, and he's like mesmerized. He cannot wait. I did give him a little test the other day, and I put a spoon up to his mouth to see if he would open his mouth, and he didn't. So I'm not starting food now, but when we do start, I probably will do the baby-led weaning just like I did with Mila. She is not the best eater, but she's pretty good. She just gets weary of meat, chicken especially. I'm not sure why. She doesn't like chicken, but she likes chicken nuggets. Anywho, I'll make a separate video on her eating. But so that's kind of next on our agenda with Kane. Also his bottles. So I just upped him to 6 ounces of formula. He was at 4 and Mila was at 4. I hate to compare them, but as moms, that's just what you do. Mila was at 4 till she was off the bottle at 1 year old. So I bumped him to 6 because I feel like he can last longer during the day. He was getting to the point of like 2.5 hours. He needed another bottle. 2 hours, needed another bottle. And I thought, okay, maybe if I just make him 6 ounces now, he won't be as hungry. No, he's just hungry. He is hungry now every 3.5 hours. I mean, it's better than 2.5, but I was kind of hoping he can go a little bit longer because that means at night, maybe he can go a little bit longer, but it's not happening. My pediatrician did say that we could start not having to feed him at night. Obviously gauge his mood, gauge his feedings appropriately, but maybe not feeding him twice in the night or 3 times sometimes. I do, because he is heavy enough and he is at the point where he can probably start sleeping more than 2.5 hours, people. Yes, 2.5 to 3.5 hours of solid sleep. And it's usually in the beginning of the night when I'm still up getting ready for bed, playing on my phone, which I probably shouldn't do. But that's usually when his gap is. So right when I lay down and I'm like finally asleep, bam, he's up. This just happens every time. But that's okay. We're making it. We're making it through. So I'm going to kind of play around with his feedings and see if we can get him sleeping a little bit through the night. The next thing on that side of the milestones is moving him to his crib, and then which is in Mila's room, which they will share, which I think will be so fun. We have another room, but I think I want to keep them together. We have the crib, and then we'll transition Mila into a toddler bed. She's already crawling out of her crib, and it freaks me out when I look in the monitor and she's not there and she's dangling over the side of the crib. So I'm sure that'll happen sooner rather than later. 6 months is usually when I move, or when I moved Mila into the crib. So I'll probably move him into the crib. So that kind of gives me about 2 months to get him sleeping through the night. And then eventually move on over and get her transitioned before I put him in there. And because I'm not going to transition them both at the same time. That's silly. But kind of get that train going. That'll be wild. As for his clothing, he is in 3 to 6 month clothing. He can wear some 6 months depending on the pants because his legs are really long. But majority it's 3 to 6 months or 3-month onesies he can still fit in, which is good because I have a lot of 3-month clothing. Not so much 3 to 6, so that's okay if he's not in it too long. And then we'll switch into the 6-month clothing because I have a lot of 6-month clothing that is super cute. So I can't wait for that. Diapers, he just moved into a size 2 diaper. Luckily, Walmart takes back all of diapers, all of the diapers that you don't use, that are still in the package, obviously. So I returned a bunch of his size 1s. I had the million size 2s. And from my baby shower with Mila, I didn't buy diapers for her till she was probably almost a year old. I had so many diapers with her. With Kane, I have a lot of diapers, just not as much. So I just exchanged those diapers for size 2. So now I have more size 2s for him. What else? For his milestones, he is rolling belly to back. He is not rolling back to belly yet. We're working on not swaddling anymore because I feel like his rolling is going to happen soon because he is all over the place. If I put him down in one spot, he like, yep, just like that, wiggles all the way to another spot. Not that far, but pretty far. So I know he's getting there to where he's going to start rolling, which is so fun. And sitting, he does pretty well, sitting straight up and down. Overall, he is very happy, happy boy. Very smiley, but if he's hungry, you better move, and you better move quickly. I try to, like, I did this with Mila too, is to feed them right before they're about to lose it, depending on the hours. But with him, he's so like 2.5 hours sometimes, 3.5 hours sometimes. I'm like, I don't know which way to go, which I'm sure will even out once he starts growing a little bit more and sleeping a little bit more consistently. For his nap schedule, he is kind of on a schedule. I kind of like it. I did the same thing with Mila, is kind of let them choose their nap situation depending on our schedule, because I do teach for Fit for Mom twice a week at 9:30, which is usually a napping time for a lot of kids. So he will nap on the way to workout and throughout workout. He'll be up till we get home, and then I'll put Mila down, and yes, people, he naps at the same time as Mila. So he'll nap at the same time with her, and then I wake both of them up recently, waking both of them up at 5 o'clock, because Mila's nap schedule is ridiculous, but we'll get into that when we talk about her. So I had to wake both of them up at 5. We make dinner, do the whole shebang. Kane will go back down at like 6:37, 7. But I've been trying to eliminate that nap so that he sleeps better at night. It's not working out well. So I usually throw both of them in the bathtub together, and then we'll start the nighttime routine after dinner. So he's still napping pretty much a lot. And anytime we're in the car driving, he's napping. So for the most part, they both get up at 5 in the evening, not in the morning. He does sleep until like 8. Now with the time change, like 9. So he is sleeping a lot longer. Just makes it a little bit harder to get out the door as fast as you can. Especially now that it's raining. It's just kind of been a little bit of a mess, but we're making it. I think that's it. Now I'll show you him. He is sleeping, so he'll be a little sleepy guy. So here he is. He's a little tired. You can see his dark hair coming in. Oh, a burp. His dark hair coming in. Yep. He just started playing with toys. We have like a crinkly book, and he just started playing with that, so that's fun. We can kind of distract him that way too, especially in the car. If he's losing it, I can kind of throw back a toy and he'll hold it. He's reaching up for toys, pulling them down. We have like a activity mat, and he'll pull down on the little Nemo characters. But this is him. Sleepy boy. Oh, he's gonna wake up. Yep. All right, that is it for this update. Did you want to say hi? Oh, you're gonna go. And chewing the hands. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye.